Okay, wonderful. Welcome, everybody. As I said, it's meditation for body and soul tonight. And our theme for this week is tests as a way of progressing spiritually, tests and difficulties and all kinds of challenges that we run into. How can they help us in our life progression, really? A lot of people, I think, lament when they have something tragic or difficult that comes to them. They think, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? But we're going to approach this topic from a spiritual perspective. So we're going to listen to quotations from various spiritual backgrounds on how we can react when difficulties come to us. And I'm influenced, I think, a lot by my Baha'i background. We view tests and difficulties as actually really blessings that come to us for help in our spiritual perfecting in this world. You know, we look at this world as not just a playground, but rather a proving ground for character. Yeah, so the things that occur to us, they're really sent to our way for us to have a chance to use those difficulties to turn us towards the spiritual practices that are most beneficial to us in this life. And I can really relate to that in my own life, because I know that when things are going really easy for me, I just get lazy, I'm just so comfortable. And I don't really rise to the challenge unless I'm forced to. And I don't know if you can relate to this. Perhaps you have a better, stronger character than I do. But every time I've had something really difficult happen, I've been forced to turn to my spiritual character qualities and really try to draw on those. And it ends up making me stronger. So I wanted to share this talk. I wanted to share this quote that I really love from Abdu'l-Baha, who's one of my favorite sources, if I can find it here. He says, "The earth plane is a workshop, not an art gallery for exhibits of perfect powers. This is not the plane of perfection, but earth is the crucible for refining and molding the character." So this is how we're going to approach it tonight. And so with that, I would like to begin. I would like us to begin with first an exercise to relax our bodies so that we can begin to prepare ourselves to receive these beautiful spiritual quotations from different backgrounds. So I invite you to really get comfortable wherever you're seated. Settle down in your chair and begin to have your breathing slow down. You might want to choose to have your feet flat on the floor and have your breathing pattern slow and deepen. So you're breathing in about 4 counts and breathing out about 8 counts. And on each exhalation, simply allow the cares and thoughts of the day to sail away on that breath. Feeling into your body and becoming aware of your feet on the ground. And beneath your feet is the earth, the entire planet Earth underneath your feet. Feel that your feet are growing heavy, becoming almost rooted to the ground. And you have the marvelous ability to connect with the earth energy. It's your home. It's Mother Earth. And her energy is a stabilizing and healing force. So through those roots of your feet, feel a gentle, warm current of energy begin to entering in through the feet. And as it comes in, wiggle the toes and feel the muscles in the feet start to relax. Feeling the ankle joints relaxing and drawing that gentle, relaxing earth energy up now into the calf muscles. Feeling the warmth, melting away tension, and inviting the energy to enter the knees now, clearing out the tension in those hard-working knee joints, and inviting it up into the thigh muscles, warming and relaxing. Now feeling the hips releasing and settling deeper into the chair. Feel your lower back now relaxing and releasing as this energy comes up through, melting away tension. Feeling your waist relaxing. And now feeling the current rising into the chest and upper back. Take a deep breath now and let it go. Feeling all the tension of the shoulders and chest flowing away. And now feeling that warm current of energy extending down the arms, releasing the shoulders and elbows, forearms, hands and fingers. Your arms are now completely relaxed. And now take your attention to the neck. Feel the neck muscles let go as you release the tension and busyness of the day. And now allow the energy to rise still further, relaxing the jaw, the mouth, the ears. Feel your eyes relaxing and dropping backwards into the skull. And all the way to the top of your scalp. Allow the tension to simply drop away. And now from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, feel for any lingering areas of tension. And if you find them, breathe into that area. Breathe that beautiful, calming earth energy into that area, allowing the tension to melt away until you feel a complete relaxation all over your body. And now take your attention to your heart, feeling a lightness in your heart. And now focusing on that lightness in the heart, open the heart and prepare to receive writings on the spiritual benefits of tests and challenges from great spiritual traditions. my Lord, O my Lord, this is a lamp lighted by the fire of thy love and ablaze with the flame which is ignited in the tree of thy mercy. O my Lord, increase his enkindlement, heat and flame, with the fire which is kindled in the Sinai of thy manifestation. Verily thou art the confirmer, the assister, the powerful, the generous and loving. My God, I am a flame lighted by the hand of thy power. Do not permit that it may be extinguished by the winds of trials. Increase my love for thee, my ardor for the beauty of thy oneness, the fire that burneth in me in the Sinai of thy singleness, and the eternal life in me through thy bounty and grace. For thou art the protector, the watcher, the pitiful and the merciful. Baha'i Prayer by Abdu'l-Baha. Do men imagine that they will be left at ease because they say, we believe, and will not be tested with affliction? Lo, we tested those who were before you. Thus Allah knoweth those who are sincere, and knoweth those who feign. Islam, the Quran, Surah 29. Not until a man is tried doth the pure gold distinctly separate from the dross. Torment is the fire of test, wherein the pure gold shineth resplendently, and the impurity is burned and blackened. Be not sorrowful when meeting with worldly difficulties and depressions, for they pass away, and thine shall be immortality during ages and centuries, times and cycles. The more difficulties one sees in the world, the more perfect one becomes. The more you plow and dig the ground, the more fertile it becomes. The more you cut the branches of a tree, the higher and stronger it grows. The more you put the gold in the fire, the purer it becomes. The more you sharpen the steel by grinding, the better it cuts. Therefore, the more sorrows one sees, the more perfect one becomes. That is why, in all times, the prophets of God have had tribulations and difficulties to withstand. The more often the captain of a ship is in the tempest and difficult sailing, the greater his knowledge becomes. Therefore, I am happy that you have had great tribulations and difficulties. Strange is it that I love you, and still I am happy that you have sorrows. Abdu'l-Baha, Star of the West. I will put them to the fire and refine them as one refines silver and test them as gold is tested. Judaism, Zechariah 13, verse 9. O Son of Man, for everything there is a sign. The sign of love is fortitude under my decree and patience under my trials. Baha'u'llah, the Baha'i Writings. Devotion to God's name is my lamp. In this lamp is poured the oil of suffering. The light of realization burns away this oil. Lifted is the encounter with death. Let not the world ridicule this as an idle boast. Vast loads of firewood are reduced to ashes by a tiny spark of fire. Sikhism, Adi Granth Asa. He is like the refiner's fire and purifier of silver. And he shall purify and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. Judaism, Malachi, chapter 3. The mind and spirit of man advance when he is tried by suffering. The more the ground is plowed, the better the seed will grow, the better the harvest will be. Just as the plow furrows the earth deeply, purifying it of weeds and thistles, so suffering and tribulation free man from the petty affairs of this worldly life, until he arrives at a state of complete detachment. His attitude in this world will be that of divine happiness. Man is, so to speak, unripe. The heat of the fire of suffering will mature him. Through suffering, he will attain to an eternal happiness, which nothing can take from him. Abdul Baha, the Baha'i Faith. Life is like a hill. The Creator made it steep and slippery. To the right and left, deep waters surround it. You cannot turn back once you start to climb. You must climb with a load on your head. The world is a place of trial. African traditional religions. Praise be to God that thou hast kept steadfast with all firmness under the millstone of tests, like unto a grain of diamond. Be not grieved. Tests lead to the development of holy souls, and the ardor of the flame of fire causeth the pure gold to shine, and the violence of winds is conducive to the growth and thriving of a firm and well-rooted tree. Baha'i Writings, Abdul Baha. We glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts. Christianity, Romans chapter 5. The tests of God are surrounding you from all directions, and many afflictions have occurred. But thanks be to God that you are patient, thankful, and constant. Anybody can be happy in the state of comfort, ease, health, success, pleasure, and joy. But if one will be happy and contented in the time of trouble, hardship, and prevailing disease, it is proof of nobility. Become thou not extinguished by the winds of tests, but rather become ignited and more happy. Abdul Baha, the Baha'i Faith. There is nothing greater or more blessed than the love of God. It gives healing to the sick, balm to the wounded, joy and consolation to the whole world, and through it alone can man attain life everlasting. The essence of all religions is the love of God, and it is the foundation of all the sacred teachings. Spirituality is the greatest of God's gifts, and life everlasting means turning to God. Today, humanity is bowed down with trouble, sorrow, and grief. No one escapes. The world is wet with tears, but thank God the remedy is at our doors. Let us turn our hearts away from the world of matter and live in the spiritual world. It alone can give us freedom. If we are hemmed in by difficulties, we have only to call upon God, and by his great mercy we shall be helped. If sorrow and adversity visit us, let us turn our faces to the kingdom, and the heavenly consolation will be outpoured. If we are sick and in distress, let us implore God's healing, and he will answer our prayer. When our thoughts are filled with the bitterness of this world, let us turn our eyes to the sweetness of God's compassion, and he will send us heavenly calm. If we are imprisoned in the material world, our spirit can soar into the heavens, and we shall be free indeed. O my Lord, my beloved, my desire, befriend me in my loneliness and accompany me in my exile. Remove my sorrow. Cause me to be devoted to thy beauty. Withdraw me from all else save thee and attract me through thy fragrances of holiness. Cause me to be associated in thy kingdom with those who are severed from all else save thee and who long to serve thy sacred threshold and who stand to work in thy cause. And enable me to be one of thy servants who have attained to thy good pleasure. Verily, thou art the gracious, the generous. Abdul Baha, the Baha'i Writings. And now we'll spend some minutes in silent contemplation, allowing these beautiful holy writings to have their effects on our heart and our soul. And I'll check back on you in a few minutes. And now, with your eyes still closed, take a moment to notice changes in your body and soul and heart since you began this practice. Form an intention to keep those beautiful, positive changes as you begin to return to your normal awareness of surroundings, moving fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. That was about 15 minutes of program and 10 minutes of silent meditation. And that silent meditation is when the deepest purification occurs, I believe. So welcome to our latecomers. So good to have you.